talking about weird, mysterious disappearances in national parks. That's what Nikki brought in. We're going to continue with that discussion. Your calls and thoughts are welcome, though, about whatever's on your mind. Again, the number 603-283-6160. What started this conversation was a case from the 60s, apparently,
where
69. 7-year-old boy went missing while he was in Tennessee, some national park in Tennessee, right?
Smoky Mountains.
And they never found him?
Never. Just a sock.
And that's not the only story. There are other stories.
There's a lot of stories, not just from this national park, but all over the country.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, people do go missing, right? Is it true that people go missing more from national parks than other parts of the country?
I really wouldn't be able to say, but there's a lot of conspiracy theories that be some weird stuff going on in the national parks that the government hasn't been completely honest about or doesn't want us to know about.
This is the most obvious thing about it to me. The government has blocked off these places and says that some of this is inaccessible to you plebes. Mm-hmm. And this is ours. Just this whole area. You can have the rest of Utah, the other 4% of Utah, or wherever it is. But
you used to live there.
All I'm saying is, if there's something special about those areas, the government's got them all, like they can close them if they don't want people going there in the middle of the night. They can.
And some of them are literally hundreds of thousands of acres. They're huge.
I don't know if there's anything special about unoccupied government land.
Well, you don't know about maybe things that the government doesn't want us to know about, like portals and stuff.
What kind of portals?
Well, a lot of these little kids that go missing, I don't know if there's anything about this in the article you're talking about, so you can stop me if you want to continue reading, but a lot of the kids, they'll come back and they'll be like, I was with fairies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at Fairyland.
This article doesn't go into that, but I've heard a lot of theories like that.
And they'll have similar stories.
Yeah, and don't even get me started on Antarctica. Maybe next week I'll bring in a conspiracy theory article on Antarctica.
Okay, but I mean, you're talking about little kids. Has an adult come back and said that they were with a fairy?
I don't know about that, but for one thing, adults have already learned this is reality, and reality is solid, and their brains don't have the capacity to do a lot of things that kids' brains do.
I've heard of a lot of ones involving adults, involving kind of more like Bigfoot theories, which is
I've heard of alien abductions.
Thanks to Matt, I hear a lot of Bigfoot and alien stories, but a lot of well-known, these people were working, high up jobs, well-respected people, maybe in the military or whatever, and they just have these crazy experiences that cannot be explained. And a lot of people are so embarrassed they won't even come out. They anonymously write to these shows because the stuff that happened, nobody would believe them.
And a lot of them happen on national parks, but also, I've learned this from Matt, a lot of the Bigfoot sightings happen near nuclear plants.
Weird. I did not know that. Let's go to your calls and thoughts. Jimmy's in Pennsylvania. You're on Free Talk Live. Hello, Jimmy.
Hey. I just wanted to say about the missing kids. There's definitely a lot of, these stories, and they're just horrifying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, to the hikers, the campers out there, the hunters too, right? Don't take your eyes off your kids in the woods, because these stories are getting kind of creepy. The numbers of these, and Nikki, I think what you're referring to is the missing 411 phenomena, right?
Yeah. There's a whole there's a book written about it where it's like compilation of a bunch of different stories. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what you're referring to.
What's the phenomena, Jimmy?
Yeah, it's just the fact that they